So we're going to record tonight's call, guys, because we're going to go over just some new things that we're thinking as far as helping streamline a lot of new people joining the team and those of you who have been with us for quite some time. So one of the things that we really wanted to start in March that a lot of the other teams are doing, and Hannah had alluded to this a little bit earlier when we were talking, is for all the brand new distributors, kind of trying to talk about all of the brand new things you need to know, how to get your business up and running and how to go through your promotion levels and just some of the basics of the business. Those of us who have been on this team for a long time have heard over and over and over again, which is great to an extent, but at the same point, maybe not the best use of our time. So what we've decided to do in the month of March is to have brand new distributors on one call, like brand new distributors and DDs on one call, have a second call for the VFs where we can possibly talk about qualifying our business. And Sue, we're going to get into that a little bit tonight, just since you had asked me that earlier too, so don't let me forget. And then have another call for sales coordinators and hire. So there'll be 3 separate calls on a weekly basis, just to make sure everybody is in game planning mode, knowing exactly what they're doing, and we're not confusing each other by, let's say Kaylee asking a question in regards to something that happens at sales coordinator, but Sue being confused because she's only a VF. So I want some input on that. I know a lot of you are muted, but if you guys can unmute and let me know what you think about that as far as sales coordinators and hire. There's most of you on this call. What I was thinking is also give you guys an opportunity to step out into a leadership position and help me co-host some of those calls because a lot of the new reps are some of your guys' coming on. So I don't know if anybody wants to volunteer to help lead those calls on a weekly basis. But also I would need to know what days and times are best for those each individual promotion levels, and then kind of majority rules on what days and times we do them on. So any comments on that? Do you guys think that would help us? And then I guess the only other thing before you answer that question, the other thing we wanted to do, Travis and I wanted to host a live team event once a month here at our house. Or maybe out having fun or whatever, where we all come together, because we're all together on this call every week. So if we're doing separate calls, we might not all be together. But I thought it was just really fun at the potluck last night, all getting together and brainstorming and just being together in person too is just really fun. So we're going to do that once a month as well, together as a team. So any comments or thoughts on that, guys?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So you're going to put the DDs on a separate call, the new people, then the DDs on a separate call, VFs on a separate call, and then above on a separate call?
Yep. So there'll be 3 calls as of right now.
Gotcha. No, I think it's a good thing because you can structure it. It's good if you keep the new people with the DDs and then the VFs and then the SCs. I'll help you with whatever you need help with as far as helping out with those calls. So just let me know.
I guess the biggest thing is trickle that down. Each individual team, just trickle down to your people.
Mm-hmm.
That information at least.
Yeah, if you have team members that are not on this call, that's why I was pushing really hard for the team to get on here, since we're just going to structure a little differently. It's why we're recording it too. So I'm going to be posting the link. Make sure you post that to your team members if they're not on this call as well. And then I want any other comments on that? Rick, go for it.
I love the monthly thing idea, because as cool as it was, I don't know what the word, networking, integrating with different people around town, it'd be much nicer to do it within your own team, besides just, Messenger, which gets confusing a lot of the time.
Yeah, to see each other face to face. And one of the things, Jeff and Tony were talking about last night that I think is great is how many customers does it take to qualify your business? But they're talking about trio orders, which this team really isn't doing. I mean, we're doing mostly T30, T120 orders. There's a big difference between having 25 customers to qualify your business on a trio order or 8 as a T120 order. Big difference. So I want to make sure that we're getting that message out loud and clear just to our team, since we're doing things a little bit differently. We're being recognized for that, and to get the message out clear as opposed to foggy is something that I want to work on as well. Hannah, I saw that you unmuted. Did you have a comment?
Yeah, I was just going to say that would be really helpful for like me and my business, because I really haven't been on the calls lately because it's just really repetitive, and with all the stuff that we have going on in the house, I'm like, I need to focus on that. So if I have something that's going to pertain to the business level that I'm at, it's going to be really helpful.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to try that in the month of March, and we are totally open to feedback. I mean, this is to help and benefit everybody. So if in the grand scheme of things we decide it's not working, I need to hear that as well. So positive and negative feedback, totally fine by me as we go through March. So definitely reach out to me, maybe text message me individually, and let me know what day and time works best for those phone calls for you guys. Because I want to get, if we're doing sales coordinator and hire, I want to get the majority of you guys on the call so that we can talk and negotiate and be together in doing it. And same thing, VFs. So that's Shannon, Sue, and Rick. That's you guys right now. Let me know what days and times work best for you. And maybe it's a Saturday afternoon. I mean, I don't care. We can make it work with the schedule. I'm pretty flexible. So write on your notes to let me know what day and time works for you guys, and then we'll just try and do majority rules on that. So
trickle that down to that information.
Yep. Go
ahead, Rick.
Not to sound difficult, but I also don't mind hearing the higher stuff that necessarily doesn't concern me to where I'm at. I like hearing that stuff. That's not something that confuses me or,
good.
Because it gives you an idea of what's to come.
Right.
I guess.
And those are things we still go over. I mean, I like to go over like, what's your next step after you hit VF? What is it that you want to be working on? So we will go into that like on the VF call. And specifically your next step after you hit VF is to start to qualify your business, which is something that if you guys were on the Rip Rap call with Mitra this morning, she really was talking about these people that could be making $30,000 a month. Is there anybody on this call that doesn't want to know how to do that? A month. Nobody wants to do that? Oh, okay. yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, come on. But just to like listen to that call and know it's possible, that's definitely a homework assignment. If you didn't listen to Rip Rap today, listen to it, because it was a phenomenal call about what's possible in this business. But it all had to do with qualifying your business and helping your team learn how to qualify. And we've had a lot of calls on that. And it's definitely one thing. I mean, I'm just going to go into it right now since we're talking about it. So this is for Sue. Well, this is actually for everybody on this call. There's not one person this doesn't pertain to. So we are actually, Travis and I are just really pumped, like going into conference and having Mitra come into town and everything else. We wanted to personally provide an incentive to help you guys qualify your businesses. So we came up with a $100 incentive bonus program. Anybody want $100 extra? Hopefully everybody. We're going to be paying it out of our own pockets. So, I mean, that's how motivated we are to get this up and running. And the cool thing is, as you guys qualify, it helps make our business stronger. It helps make your business stronger, helps make your paycheck stronger, our paycheck stronger. And that's ultimately why we're on these calls, to learn how to do that. So take notes. I am going to post this in the team page. I'll write it down as well. But for brand new VFs, so as soon as you hit VF, the first month after, my challenge to you is to qualify your business. That means if you are doing, it roughly means 1,000 points, however you want to get them. So if you want to get that through 25 trio orders, like Jeff and Tony had suggested last night, great. If you want to do it with 8 T120 orders, same difference, just more work one way or the other, okay? So qualify your business right out of the gate after you hit VF. So Rick, that's going to be your goal next month. Sue, you're actually working on that right now. So you had asked, like, what does qualified business mean? When you qualify your business, Sue, may I use you as an example?
Yes.
Okay. So Sue is doing a tracker sheet, and I believe we have one for Shannon and Rick as well. That just means at the bottom, it's totaling 1,000 points. Okay. So Sue sent me hers today, and it was close to 1,100. But she's qualifying utilizing her entire team. Okay, so she has a distributor, Taylor. She has a distributor, Kelly. Their orders were on her tracker sheet. So that brings me to the next step of this business transaction with extra bonuses. Okay, so first month you qualify, you can use Taylor and Kelly and your whole team. It doesn't matter. I just want you to 1,000 points. Okay. Second month, you're a VF. I want you to qualify off of your own customer base. So that means, Sue, next month, the challenge for you would be you're going to eliminate Taylor's orders, you're going to eliminate Kelly's orders, and make sure you have a strong customer base. You have a strong 1,000 points just based off of your own customers. Does this make sense? That would be step number 2 to getting your bonus here.
Yep.
Okay. Rick, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Shannon, you following me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there are 3 steps to getting this bonus. Okay. So step 1, qualify your business as soon as you become a VF. Step 2, qualify your business off of your own customer base. So some of us who have been in the business a long time aren't qualifying off of our own customer base right now either. So that would be something that we all want to work on. Like I said, every single one of us on this call needs to be working on that. The third step in this, if you just became a VF, is to qualify your business 3 months in a row. If you do all 3 of those steps, Travis and I are going to give you a nice, crisp $100 bill for doing that. Okay? Wow, tone down the excitement. Lacey's laughing. She wishes her upline would do this, right, Lace? Does your upline do this, Lacey? No.
No, not at all.
Not at all. So Lacey wants to join our team. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why I'm
here. What's that?
That's why I'm here.
Because Lacey's going to do this for her team. Okay. Rick.
So, because you were using Sue as an example, correct?
Okay, and let me use you as an example. Okay,
well, let me ask my question first. So what if it's the other way around? Would it be the first you qualify your business by your own orders, and then the second one would be qualifying your business through your team's orders altogether?
So we always want to qualify based on our own customers' orders. The whole goal would be always qualify on your own customer orders. It's nice that your team adds to those. But that's what Mitra was talking about on her riprap call today, is some of these people, let's say they're a 39 club. They have 39 people qualifying underneath them. Or she was also using as an example of a 75 club, meaning 75 people are qualifying their businesses underneath them. Some of those people were earning $10,000 a month. Some of those people were earning $30,000 a month. And corporate looked at it like, what's the difference? You want to know what the difference was?
Their own orders. Their
own customer orders. So that's why it's so important. That's why I want to teach that right off the get-go. Because we all want to be teaching our team, and as Travis was saying, trickling it down to have everybody be qualified on their own customer base. Because I don't know about you, when we reach that level, I want to be making the 30 grand a month, not the 10. I mean, I'll take the 10 too, don't get me wrong. but that's how big of a difference that makes. Okay, so if you are already a sales coordinator, you guys have been qualifying, so that pertains to Ken, Hannah, Kaylee. You guys have been qualifying rock solid for months on end now. 3 months for you as well to get these bonuses. The first month, I would like each and every one of you to be,
So we're just doing 3.
well, for Ken, Kaylee, and their sales coordinators. So they're this.
Okay.
So for them, they've already been doing all 3 of those steps. The one thing that is missing out of a lot of your businesses are qualifying off of your own customer base. So that would be the first step for you guys. Qualify your business off of your own customer base. And the second and third step are kind of the same, is to get POB qualified. Okay, we all know what that means. Ken, Kaylee, Hannah, we know what POB qualified means. Kaylee's like, yeah.
Tell us again what POB is.
Okay, so if you are not a sales coordinator yet, this is where these calls are going to be easier later because this doesn't pertain to you.
That's okay. Just let us know.
POB qualifying means that you are earning 3,000 points, you and your team, in a month's time.
Okay.
So it's kind of tripling the goal as you go up the ladder. So it should
Gotcha.
triple your income, triple your business.
Okay. No worries. The terminology helps. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then,
Well,
so
and the cool thing about
then-
POB is, Shannon, like you would help lead into Kaylee's POB.
Gotcha.
So all the effort that Kaylee puts into helping you, I put into helping you, helps our POB stay up to where it needs to be. So it's kind of a little bit more involved, but kind of the same.
But we help each other.
Exactly. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. Perfect. Good question. So my goal for sales coordinators or higher is to POB qualify 3 months in a row and to make sure that you're getting your PB, which is qualifying off of your own customer base, up to your own customer base. Everyone following me? Awesome. Okay. And if you guys do that 3 months in a row, $100. I had also offered this a while back. I think I was actually at the condo at the time, offering 3 months in a row POB qualifying, and Emily hit it. So I owe her $100 as well. So it's pretty cool to see how much that grows your paycheck. So all this is going to help in that regard as well. So is everyone on board, excited about the extra $100? Okay, cool. So this goes right in along with what Jeff and Tony had said last night, was that Dr. Mitra Ray is coming to town and she's doing a special leadership training. And there has to be certain qualifications to even be invited to the leadership training. Cool thing is, if you're shooting for this extra $100 bonus, as sales coordinators, you guys will be invited. So here are a couple stipulations for that leadership training. And I just want to make sure that we're utilizing her to the best of our abilities while she's in town. So keep in mind, she hasn't been in town for years. And one of the reasons she's coming is because of our team and what we've done and everything else. So I want to be rocking it like we did when we hit NMD when she's in town. Like, I want to give her something to brag about. You know, Team Mix was on every single rip rap call and everything else. It's been a little quiet. So I want to make her proud by coming here and everything else. So for this special leadership training, the first qualification is SC or higher that is POB qualified. Okay, so if you've been doing that and you've been hitting it, you're a shoo-in for the training, you're already invited. So the couple people that are invited already are Emily, Ronna Lee, and Travis. All invited to that already. They don't have to do anything to be invited. So if you guys are shooting for this extra $100 bonus and you guys are hitting that POB qualification, you'll be invited. So she's coming end of April, so this gives us a little bit gives us a time to work on this. So that's why I wanted to hit that tonight. And then the other things that they said we could invite for, and Tony and Jeff will be in on this, as well as Mitra, when I give them my list to invite to this leadership, is you could potentially be a VF, but maybe you're up and coming. Maybe you did it really quickly. Maybe you're qualifying off of your own customer bases. Maybe you're getting really close to SC. So although you're not really supposed to be invited unless you're a sales coordinator, I can put in for a few allowances if I feel as if you're a really big leader on this team and you're up and coming, doing great things. So with all of that being said, kind of allow your goals to be in line with trying to get to that training with Mitra. I will tell you, every single riprap call I'm on, or every time I've heard her train in person, it is just like gold coming out of her mouth. So it is a worthwhile goal to set to get to that training if you can. What else?
I was going to go back to when we got back from our last conference on how to grow our team. So maybe you guys could utilize this again, just by adding one person to the team per month. You know, at the end of the year, that's a 12 club after qualifying them. Sorry. Add the person, like Mitra says, get them to VF and qualify them. Essentially, after a year, you got a 12 club. That equals $3,300 a month, and it's $40,000 a year for a part-time job. That's not too bad. So if we can go back to our roots and do that in this process of everybody going to their next goal or whatever they have set for them.
And the only other thing, do you guys have any questions? Oh yeah. On any of this? I know it's a lot of information, which is why I wanted you guys all on the call tonight. So
do we have her exact date when she's coming?
Yes, one moment, please.
22nd, 23rd, 24th.
Thanks, Ken.
So it lines up with the image seminar too.
Yes. And I believe it is the 22nd that is the special training as well. And I do believe that it's kind of a lunch training thing. So those of you that work or whatever will have to make allowance to get that time off or something as well. So I just want to give you guys plenty of notice, and you know, if that's your goal or whatever, just take a day off work if you need to. So, and the only other thing is, and Kaylee, Rick, and Ken, you guys have been blowing it out of the water over on Voxer. If you guys have not downloaded that Voxer app yet, it is just really cool because we're just kind of role playing over there and digging deep into some of these questions that might be asked. Like I think it was today and yesterday we were going over what's the difference between a supplement label and a nutrition label. Why is it that there's only 4 key vitamins listed on our Juice Plus? So when they hold it up to a supplement multivitamin, the multivitamin looks like it trumps it, right? But in all actuality, it doesn't trump it at all. These are some of the things that we haven't gone over on this call because there's just simply not time. And it's just been really helping us practice verbiage. Have you guys found it helpful, those of you guys who are participating over there? Okay, so, and we're just role playing. Like Rick, I think it's fabulous for you as a brand new distributor being able to hear, you know, even those of us who have been on the team kind of struggle over our words a little bit too, but you're learning a lot of verbiage right out of the gate so you feel comfortable talking to people. Has it helped you when you're talking to live prospects?
I always feel comfortable talking to people. No, I enjoy it, especially it's not so much the verbiage itself, but more of the answers to give that is helpful, because that's one thing that I have a hard time is the introduction, is starting the conversations. Once the conversation is in motion, I can go, but it's starting it.
Okay. And just in that regard, just quickly asking about 3 to 5 questions before you even start the conversation will start the conversation for you. So just a simple tip and trick. Ask questions. All right, guys, I know we went over a lot. Any other, I mean, that was quick too. We're a half hour. We're good.
I have a quick question, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't really concern me yet, but with the, was it BOP?
POB.
POB. Sorry. So would the goal be to get 3,000 points strictly on your own orders at that time?
So POB is, Kaylee, you might have to help me out. So it is your own orders, your dealers, your DDs, and this time you can actually count your VFs as well. So it's a lot of your team, and it's just giving you incentive to help your team build their team. Okay, so it's just another bonus that we get as we're building in this business. The further up the ladder you get, the more opportunity you have for more bonuses. So, you know, at the VF level, you have the opportunity to qualify your business for a little bit of an override. And then as a SC, they want to reward you for helping your team be successful as well. So that's, and again, a little bit of override over your team when you're qualifying for these certain points. And the reason they make it these numbers and everything else is because that's what helps you build a strong and lasting business, which we're all here to do. We want to build a strong and lasting business so we have a strong and lasting paycheck.
So it's to take the focus from building your own franchise to building a team.
Right. You're going from recruiting and learning to teaching and managing. I don't, lack of terms, but something of that nature.
No. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. And what happens when you're qualifying your own business is your dealers and your DDs count towards qualifying your own business, the 1,000 points. But as soon as they promote out to VF, they're qualifying their own business, so those orders no longer help you. So that's why it's in your best interest to qualify on your own customers, so you're not relying on any of those team members to help you. You want that 1,000 points and that 3,000 points to be very strong.
So once somebody turns into a VF, they no longer contribute to your
qualifying of your business.
Okay.
They would help you qualify for the POB, though, which is the next one up.
Okay.
And again, something we can go in a little bit more in depth on the particular calls we're going to start doing in March.
Any time works for me that you guys want to do it, as long as it's after work, any day.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right, any other thoughts or input to the bonus that we're throwing out there to Mitra coming into town? Conference is actually something we need to talk about real quick as well. The only people I know that are going to conference for sure, well, Rick, are you? I know Ken booked a ticket, Emily booked a ticket, and we've booked a ticket. That's all I know so far. Anybody else on this call going to conference? Lacey booked a ticket. Woohoo! Right on.
I cannot go. My daughter's having surgery on the 17th.
I meant to talk to you last night.
I know.
And
so,
then I never reconnected with you. I was like, did I even say bye to Shannon? No.
Yeah, they switched the date and she's got surgery, so.
Boo! I wanted her to come to conference too.
I know.
Can you tell them to switch it again?
Yeah, no. No, because she had to switch with work, so.
It won't be the same without you, Shannon.
I know.
Who will be Ken's work husband?
I know. Nobody can take my spot. No.
Your wife will just have to come this time, Ken.
That's right, Ken.
Huh?
She was supposed to, but she's looking at St. Louis instead of Phoenix. So.
Okay.
Right on.
But I've got 3 rooms that can sleep 18 people if anybody wants to join.
We have to cancel them, like what? Like at least a week before, I would say, right?
The 2 rooms that we got at that I didn't get off the list was I have until the 15th to cancel.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel that. I'll keep the one that I got off the wait list. So that sleeps 6, so we can pack people in there.
Well, if you need, you can post in Team Adventure or Team Shining Star.
Yeah.
And Lacey, if you have team members coming, we have some rooms too. So let us know if you need anything. Sue, I was talking to Greg a little bit about conference. Have you guys chatted about it at all? Coming out to Phoenix?
Yeah, we have. I don't think I can get the time off of work.
So you're sending Greg.
Yeah, he definitely can't get the time off.
Ah! Anyway, I mean, it's definitely worth pulling some strings and doing whatever you can to get there. If for whatever reason you can, it will, I mean, you're already blowing this business out of the water, but I was telling Greg that when I first went, I was a VF as well. And I literally went to like go lay by the pool in Phoenix, actually, was my first conference, and came back, and it just, like, you thought I was nuts, didn't you? He thought that I had gone and been like brainwashed and everything.
Drank the Kool-Aid.
So share your perspective. Like, so I came back, you thought I was brainwashed, and then you went to your own conference.
Yeah, mine was good. I learned a lot. And, you know, like Ken said last night, the team dinner that we had with Dr. Mitra Ray was great, because my eye-opening spot was you're sitting in a room next to the richest guy in the company he's worth $80 million. And in the back is the lady who hasn't even signed up yet. You know, I mean,
Right.
that's what varies inside that diner or that dinner hall. So just wrapping your head around what the potential is with this company is mind-boggling. We had a lot of fun with the teams. We go out and you know, get ideas from other people, what they're doing.
And it's just an absolute blast. Like, it's one big party the whole weekend while we're learning and having fun. I mean, there's no other company that you get to go and like party and lay by the pool and like talk with these people who are worth millions of dollars and have them share all of their thoughts and ideas with you, because they want you to get to where they are. I mean, it is the most motivational thing you'll ever do. It is worth doing whatever you can to get there if you can at all make it happen. So that's all I have to say, I think, unless there's any other questions about anything else. I'm excited about this bonus program and helping everybody be able to make it to Mitra's training. I think we should just really take advantage and rock it until she gets here. And while she's here, of course.
So Lindsay, I have two things. Kaylee's going to conference. She just has to get over one hump. She said she's going. And then also, is it Sue and Greg?
Sue and Greg.
I think I heard them coughing. They might be sick. Have to call in sick for 2 days.
Hey now.
We just won't post them on Facebook.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. We all got posted like 20,000 million times on Facebook. So be careful with that one.
They'll have to duck.
We'll have to duck. Yes. And actually, speaking of Facebook, I do have one more thing to add. In our Team Mix chat, as soon as you guys have established a conversation with one other person, move it to the side so that people don't leave the group. There are over 100 people in that chat. So although we like to goof around and have fun and say ha-ha and all of that, people do leave the chat usually every time after there's like 3 or 4 or 5 things of just joking around instead of business. So make sure that you're respecting everybody in that regard and not making 100 people's phones bing 15 times. As soon as you establish, and I was guilty of that today with Hannah, so my bad. Travis called me out on that, and I need to be more careful with it as well. So just know that there are over 100 people in that chat, and don't post at 5 in the morning in the chat, or, you know, like I said, establish conversation outside. If Hannah and I are talking, we need to bring it out of the conversation. And that's it. You can stop recording. I can't bend over that far enough to get it.